Hey guys, welcome to our review of Mashin Sentai Kiramager, episode 18. As always, I'm your host, Frozen Stratos. Here with me today we have
Cinder Blaze.
my dude. Welcome back. But before we get started, just wanted to let you know that there are still links in the description down below to how you can help support the Black Lives Matter movement by donating money, signing petitions, whatever you do. As long as you do it, it absolutely helps. But with that said, let's hop into our review and then your guys' comments, because you guys have left a few, and we're gonna go through them. But once again, our thoughts first, and I thought this was a really pleasant episode. I don't know that I was super into the conclusion of it, though. Everything leading up to it and hitting all of those really good character beats, with Mabushina and Takemichi really echoing each other's sentiments. That was very sweet. And then, oh yeah, go ahead.
Honestly, I feel like the conclusion really wrecked this episode for me. Especially coming off of like last episode, or maybe the episode prior, where they set up what the the gather stones like actually do. Where if you get all four of them, you can grant a wish, and if you, for some reason, like use up the power of one of them, then that loses the opportunity that Takemichi would have to, save Mabushina from the curse.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the episode, they're just like, well, they can grant 2 wishes. You just gotta do it properly. Also, they recharge. Like,
yeah, it's kind of ridiculous.
Like, that really killed like the last 5 minutes of the episode, where Silver's really pissed off, and he's like, how could you do this? And like, yeah. I know there was like an emotional beat with like, come on, you guys were like both gonna like sacrifice, yourselves for each other. And like all that was like moot because that wasn't necessary at all. Like,
well, here's something. I mean, if that worked correctly, like, say in the instance where it didn't regain color and you couldn't use another wish, there's still 3 more things that you can make themed wishes with. Right, because this one was all about destruction, and this one destroyed the Monstone inside. So there are conceivably 3 more.
Yeah, but
they just have to be specific.
Having it be done in like the episode right after they set up, we need to gather these 4 stones together to like make a wish. If it was like they got 3 stones and they were trying to get their 4th and they had to like burn one of them to grant a wish, then that makes a little bit more sense. Or maybe like after 2, but like right afterwards, like you just set up the subplot. Don't start changing the rules.
No, I totally get it. It did feel a little like cheating, and it would have been nice if they said something at the beginning. But now it sets the precedent of, hey, there's an issue this episode, here's the quick and dirty solution. And then once they've gathered all of them together, they can definitely make a wish, but that power is still available for the bad guys to steal. And that could still ramp up the difficulty.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like, it was still like a decent episode overall, but like, geez, like that really killed like all the stuff that was building up to.
I think if they wanted to establish all of that, then the good episode framed around it was supposed to like dial that aspect up, you know what I mean, or at least like cushion the impact of that aspect not being so good, you know what I mean, like make you feel a little better about the episode, because overall I thought it was a nice episode.
Yeah, I mean, the justification was acceptable, at least. It wasn't like the most BS thing, especially with like the dad kind of coming in and being like, just do you. Okay, actually, I'm not like too okay with that.
I'm not
Like,
either. Yeah, you were about to defend that, and I was like, I don't know if I'm okay with that one.
like I like that character, so I kind of like give him that slack. But then when I
Sure.
say it in my mind, I'm just like, wait a minute, don't encourage him to do dumb stuff.
Yeah. Wait, this is real dumb. This is, I feel, the first dumb thing that he's done. But
Yeah,
then again, to what I had said before, if it didn't work, then that would mean there is really one wish and there was no way for him to actually have used it. But since there are multiple wishes technically, using one should be fine.
yeah. But like, just imagine if like it didn't work like that, and like Silver still kind of held a grudge. Like, probably not for the time being because like the issue at hand is kind of like gone.
Sure.
But if the curse does show up and like all this stuff all this drama comes back and he kind of gets a little pissed off and we still have Garza around, well then evil Silver kind of like come back and they can reuse like all the stuff I made for him. I felt like they could have done a little bit more with that, but considering how this is a generally like positive show, I don't think they would ever want to do something
Yeah.
anywhere near that. Speaking of which, Garza, like in that last fight, what was going on?
He was hanging out in the garbage, man.
Like, no joke. Like, did the four other cure majors like put him in the dumpster? Like,
Forgot. Like suddenly, like a fight happened, and then they were focusing on Red and Silver, and then they cut back to the rest of them, and it just appears out of the garbage.
like he was dealing with them quite handily, but whatever. I don't know what they're gonna do with his power scaling. I'm just assuming that he's getting stronger with each episode because he's like absorbing cure mentality or
Or
Kira Cal mentality.
Yeah.
So I was kind of like excited to see him actually stomping those guys, but I guess they just beat him off screen.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe there was a scene that both of us are just forgetting. It's happened before. It happened with 01 when people were like, "Oh yeah, he was talking to someone." Like, what was it? Burning Falcon was talking to someone earlier, and I was like, "Wait, really? Did that happen?" And apparently it did. So we have fully forgotten scenes. So,
Yeah.
um, but like to me, one of the biggest aspects was like there were some neat subtleties here, and like whoever directed this, and I brought their name up. I don't know why I closed the. Oh, here it is. His name is Tatsuya Watanabe. He was really good. Like the fights were really well choreographed and timed really well. I remember there was this like, and this probably has more to do with the editing and special effects portion, but like there was this attack that Garza did, which shot um, a wave of sword energy at Pink, and she dodged it at just the right angle, and it exploded just perfectly in time. Everything was well timed because you can accidentally get some of those explosions going off at the wrong time. So I appreciated that, and the fights were all really nice. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. Let's see. What else? I thought the stuff between Takemichi and Mabashina still very cute. And the stuff at the beginning of the episode, really like subtly informed why Silver's been so distant until
Subtly. Excuse me, they had an exposition dump in the first few minutes of the episode. Like he just like runs out and just starts spewing paragraphs about like what's happening.
No, I meant like why he doesn't stick around. It's because he's not great at acting. And I mean, like, he blatantly says it to the camera eventually, but it was neat to get that little subtle thing of like, oh, okay, yeah, they need to go. Red and Silver need to leave. They're not good at all this. And, this definitely helps inform what was going on, and I think I am okay with this being the reason why he's been so distant.
Yeah. That was kind of cruel, though. Telling Red he can't act and telling him to leave.
Did you have anything else before we head into the comments?
Mm-mm.
All right, cool. All right, let's see. One and only comment from Dustin Smith, and it says, and of course another fantastic episode. First of all, when I was talking about potentially hitting at Mabushina being evil, I only thought that because Takemichi in the last episode mentioned saving her from the curse of the darkness, and in most entertainment media, usually when they refer to the darkness, it usually means they become evil, but after seeing this episode, it's clear the darkness has more a poison than any mind control spell type that usually depicted in media. But my question is, who is this witch that cursed the queen, and why would have and why? I would have thought they would have used this darkness curse to make the main villain Emperor Yodon significant to the series and explain that he put a curse upon the queen to seal Crystalia's fate, and unsure he gains control of Crystalia. Speaking of Emperor Yodon...
Oh, there's 3 other generals, so it could be one of them. It could be the Empress, who knows?
Yeah, there's definitely potential here to,
it could be the
build
Emperor.
Out... could be there's potential to build out a roster of bad guys here.
Yeah.
So I'm very interested. When are we going to see him? I'm questioning this because while I've been enjoying Kiramager so far, they've built him up to be this serious threat. I really hope it shows when they do plan to have him jump into the fray. Also, I was fascinating to have a glimpse into Crystalia's culture, utilizing a bit of folklore that was referenced in the episode. I did like that little bit. There was only one vector image that they had for that they just kept showing. It was... I mean, it added a little bit of flavor, just not quite that much flavor, I guess.
Yeah, it's like they added in a spice, but it wasn't like... It's probably like a little bit of paprika or something. Something like very subtle.
Yeah, yeah.
Not too strong.
Hey, man, they went through the graphics department to at least make one graphic for it. So
yeah. Also, they swapped out Mabushina's hair for that Karen wig. And, like, honestly, that Curse of Darkness was probably her own fault.
Yeah. All right. Alex, we good?
Yeah.
All right, good. Guys, thanks for watching. If you like this episode, hit that like button and subscribe if you want to hear more from us each week. Tell us in the comments down below what you thought about our thoughts about your thoughts about this episode. And also, there are still links in the description down below to how you can help support the Black Lives Matter movement. So, go on in there, sign petitions, donate money, whatever you do, as long as you do it, it absolutely helps. Thanks for watching. Keep it.
See you later.
Hell yeah.
Oh boy.
What?
I was like, there's gotta be a bunch of comments, but the 011